All right, dear children, welcome back to the class. I think my screen is visible, and we're looking at all this MCQ series. And today we'll have look at one more chapter. I have built two chapters here. One is magnetic effects of electric current, and another one is electricity. Already it is over, I guess. And sources of energy. Both the chapters will try to complete in one video. If at all it's not possible, we'll do one more class and we'll get rid of all those things. Okay. So let's get into sources of energy. As for every class, I keep on telling we follow step-by-step process in Kalparuksha classes to build all the concepts because this is a must thing. Throughout the year, we worked very hard from Kalparuksha classes to build the concepts, and here are the questions. Now, this first question, it is like it is not related to sources of energy. It came on the internet. We get all these questions from so many websites called Learn CBSE, okay, and Jagran Josh, okay, Jagran Josh website is there, and after that Byju's, okay, we collect all these questions from all these sources so that we can, solve them. Okay, all right, dear children, this first question anyway, solve it. A body of mass 1 kg is attracted by Earth with a force which is equal to, you know this, no? 1 kg mass is there means downward it will be attracted with force mg, right? Everybody knows it, no? Weight of the body is mg, this much force it comes, no? Yama means 1 kg and g means 9.8 means it comes as 9.8 Newton or not? This question it suddenly came in between. So answer is 9.8 Newton, but you can ignore this. This is a ninth standard topic, no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes, children. So you must be knowing this, but still answer is 9.8. You can take the answer or you can just, ignore that. Okay, all right. So let's go to second question. Which is the most popular kitchen fuel in India? Which is the most popular kitchen fuel in India? Tell me. LPG, kerosene, coal, firewood.
LPGs.
Nowadays, LPG, right? Yes, what is LPG? What is the full form of LPG? Tell me. Hmm? Tell me. What is LPG? Liquefied petroleum gas, no? What is there inside LPG? There is a gas called butane, right? Everybody knows this. Inside
Yes, sir.
LPG, butane gas is there, and this butane is called clean fuel because it do not produce too many pollutants. Okay, clean fuel it is. Okay, so this is the most common thing. Now you must be thinking kerosene nowadays nobody uses. Coal and firewood also, usage is there. I'm not saying usage is not there, but most popular means everybody wants to use LPG, so popular one is LPG. Clear? Nobody says, oh, in that home firewood is there, in that home coal they're using. No, they won't say, but they say in domestic purposes we are using LPG. This is a popular one, no? So that's why LPG is the right answer, right, dear children?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so they may ask you for full form of LPG and which gas is present inside this. So you can say butane gas. Okay, all those questions can be framed there. Now let's go to third question. Which method is used to produce electricity in hydroelectric power plant? Hydroelectric power plant means everybody knows. Okay, hydroelectric power plant means there will be a dam. Okay, so in the dam water is stored and it is connected through all these gates and all. Here turbine is present, all right, and water runs on this turbine, it rotates and it is connected to generator and it produces electricity. The potential energy stored in the dam is converted into kinetic energy, then it is converted into electrical energy. All right, now by boiling the water to produce steam, no. By ionizing the water, by running dynamo by kinetic energy, yes, this is the correct option.
Okay.
Now these are not correct. Correct? Did you get this?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Hydro means water, dear children. Hydro means water. Electric means as usual electricity. Okay, from water electricity is produced. How it is produced? By running this water, kinetic, by running dynamo by kinetic energy. Dynamo means the generator only is known as dynamo and it is connected to the turbine. So that's why by running dynamo by kinetic energy. So this is the right option, third one. I hope everybody got this. Now, which of the given is the odd one out? They're asking petroleum, hydroelectricity, coal, CNG. Tell me which one is odd one out. Odd one out means which one is peculiar one. Which is not belonging to this group. Tell me. Yes. Petroleum, coal, CNG, hydroelectricity. Which one is not belonging here? Petroleum is present inside the nature, no? and coal is also present inside the nature. No, CNG also it is, I mean, produced from compressed natural gas. Now hydroelectricity means again we have to use water. I mean, this water has to be, I mean, run on turbine, and that has to run, right? That has to run, and that has to connect it to a generator, and then again electricity has to be produced. So don't you think hydroelectricity is the odd one out here? Yes or no? Think over it. Are you getting my point? What I'm trying to say? Hydroelectricity is the
Yes,
odd
sir.
one out here. Correct, no? Yes, everybody got this?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine.
Yes, sir.
So let's move on to next question, fifth question. Look at this question. Which method is used to produce electricity in thermal power plant? Now let me explain you what is thermal power plant. In thermal power plant, whatever coal is there, dear children, coal, whatever coal we have, that coal is burnt. Okay, by using that heat, when the coal is burnt, no, when we burn the coal, heat is produced. That heat is used to boil this water. Whatever water is there, no, this water is boiled, and now once we boil the water, it produces steam. Steam is coming out of this. Now this steam is run on turbines. We have turbines, fan like structures. So again, these are connected to generator, and here electricity is produced. So it starts from coal. Thermal means heat. Okay, it starts from coal, and it is burnt, and heat is produced, and water is boiled, steam is produced, it run on steam turbine, and it is producing electricity here. Okay, so by heat, they are giving so many options here. Which method is used to produce electricity? By heating chargeable cells? No, not at all, I think. By boiling water? Yes. By pushing pistons by heat energy? No. By heat energy, it is not run. By steam, they are run. Okay, so that's why what will be the option for this? By boiling water. Clear, dear children?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So here, this by heating chargeable cells means, what is this? By heating chargeable cells? No, we are not using any cells here. We are boiling the water, and we are using that steam, whatever comes out of that. Okay, I hope it is clear. Fifth question. Let's move on to sixth question then. Let us do this. Which of the given is component of biogas? Okay, first of all, let me tell you what you mean by biogas. Bio means life. I mean, all this degradable waste. We have something called biodegradable waste. Biodegradable waste. All this cow dung and all biomaterial, which is, I mean, waste material from the plants and all. It is put in one plant called biogas plant. Okay, so you should study from this from the book. Here there is something like slurry means this water along with cow dung and all, everything will be put here, and here is the digester, and here we get the solid manure. Outside we get manure here, but here there is one pipe like this. Through this pipe we take biogas. So that biogas is nothing but methane. Methane is called as the biogas. It produces methane, and this is used for a cooking purpose, and to light our bulbs and all, for electricity, to produce electricity and all, it is used. So that's why biogas is having majorly methane. Clear, dear children? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now this slurry means water, cow dung. Okay, all biodegradable waste, all that together is called slurry. Okay, so you can study this from gobar, I mean, biogas plant, and you can understand this. Okay, now let us come to the seventh question. Which of the given produces energy because of temperature difference at various levels in ocean? That is ocean thermal energy. Okay, so look at this. I mean, thermal means something related to heat. Solar energy, not because of difference of heat at the ocean, they're saying. No, so at the ocean means ocean thermal energy only. So how it works, already during the regular class also I took online class. At the time I have explained. So this is the ocean means whatever water is that at the top, no, it is having more temperature, and the bottom temperature is like little less. Temperature is less here. Due to this temperature difference, we are going to harness the energy. We are going to get the energy. So that is only known as ocean thermal energy. That detailing is not there in your syllabus, but only that much is there. So that's why ocean thermal energy is the right answer. So ocean thermal energy means you get to know about this. Due to difference in temperature of different levels of water, we get energy. So that is ocean thermal energy. Clear, dear children?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, eighth one. Which energy source is the largest source used in India? So, answer for this is coal. In the book also it is there. Coal is the because it is available at huge quantities. Usually it is used in thermal power plants. Okay, we have lots and lots of thermal power plant. So, in that thermal power plants, we are going to use coal and we are going to produce a lot of electricity and which is used for many other purposes. So, coal is the right answer for this. Okay. Let's move on to next question. Which of the given is normally used in solar cookers for trapping solar energy? Yes, everybody must have seen the solar cooker, no? I have shown it the other day in the class. So in the solar cooker, how the solar cooker looks like, here there is one container and inside everywhere black paint is there. Okay, it is painted with black. Why? So that it absorbs maximum heat. So everywhere it is painted black like this inside. And above this, there is a, shield like this. Okay, and here the sun rays are coming and here we have mirror. Okay, here this is a mirror. Okay, this part is called mirror, and due to this mirror all the rays will reflect here and it will go down, and above this there is a glass sheet. Okay, there is a glass sheet. Now this glass sheet allow the rays to go inside, but it do not allow the rays to come out. So that means, so whatever this yeah, whatever this glass is there, no, that will help us to trap the heat. Now what are the options? What they are asking, which of the given is normally used in solar cookers for trapping solar energy? Trapping solar energy means, solar panel, no. Solar panel, so we don't use. Silicon cells, no. Mirrors and any of these they are using. Usually this should become, actually, the option should be glass, not mirror. So that's why this becomes the correct answer. Correct, dear children? Did you get this?
Yes, sir.
Now this solar cells means, silicon cells means, on this panel, no. You can see this small units are there. No, they are not holding any heat and all. Okay. They will help us to build electricity. They will help us to get electricity. Okay. So some reaction, they won't hold heat and all. Okay. They won't be holding any heat. Have you seen in the solar panel on the one, one pole or something like that, this panel are there? No. So these won't be holding heat. These help in producing electricity. All right, dear children. In so that's why, what is the answer for this? Actually, it should be a glass sheet, but mirror is nearby. That's why we should write it as mirrors. Understood?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So this solar, once again, I'm repeating, solar cells won't trap the heat. Okay, fine. So let me move to next question. In which of the given kinetic energy is converted into electrical energy? Tidal energy, hydro energy, wind energy. Everywhere, no? Everywhere kinetic energy is converted into electrical energy or not? Wind energy, because windmills are present, like this fans are there, no, in windmills. So these rotate due to kinetic energy of air. And even in hydro energy also, water is falling. Kinetic energy is there. And in tidal energy also, tides are coming, and due to this turbines are rotated. Yes or no? So everywhere kinetic energy is there, no? That's why answer is all of this. Clear, dear children?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So it's correct. Now 11th one. Now let's go to 11th one. Do this question. Which of the given is the ultimate source of energy? Solar energy is the ultimate source of energy or not? From sun only we get everything, no? So that's why sun is called, or solar energy is called, ultimate source of energy. From there only everything starts. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Next is, which of the given is a non-renewable source of energy? Wood it is a non-renewable, no? It may come from all the plants and all. Sun, it is renewable. Sun means it is renewable because it keeps on coming. And wind is also renewable. Yes, this keeps on coming. And fossil fuels becomes the right option for this, no? Yes or no, dear children? Fossil fuels, once they get over, means they will be over forever, because they are there since so many years. So that's why this is non-renewable source of energy. Wood is also non-renewable source of energy only, but still most appropriate option will be fossil fuels. Understood?
Yes, sir.
So fossil fuels means these petroleum products, petrol, diesel, kerosene, okay, crude oil and all, they are the fossil fuels. So they, once they get over, means they won't come. That's why non-renewable. I hope it is clear. Next, Acid rain happens because acid rain means, let me tell you, there will be whenever something is burnt on the earth, no, it produces oxides of sulfur. Okay, oxides of sulfur dioxide, and there are so many oxides of sulfur, and even carbon dioxide is not responsible for acid rain and all. It is responsible for greenhouse effect. So all these oxides of sulfur, whenever it rains, no, they mix with rain. After mixing with rain, here there will be formation of dilute sulfuric acid, and it is very fatal for all the plants and animals on the planet. So that's why, so you have to answer accordingly. Sun leads to heating of upper layer of the atmosphere. No, it is not possible. Burning of fossil fuels releases oxides of carbon, nitrogen, and sulfur in the atmosphere. Yes, this becomes the correct option. Now, electric charges are produced due to friction among. No, it is not correct. The Earth atmosphere contains acids. No. So the most appropriate option, not most appropriate. This is the only correct option here. Answer B is the correct one. Correct?
Yes.
Clear, dear children? Yes. So this is this is the reason for acid rain. I hope it is clear. Okay. Next, fuel used in thermal power plant is water, uranium, biomass, fossil fuels. What is used? Tell me. Fuel. What is the fuel we are using in thermal power plant? We use fossil fuel, no? I mean, water is not a fuel here. Water we just boil it, so that's why it is not a fuel. Fuel means by using in for example in a bike, what is the fuel? In a bike, petrol is the fuel, no? Yes or no? Okay, so like that, what is the fuel for human beings? The fuel for human beings is food, no? Like that, fuel for this thermal power plant is coal, and coal comes under fossil fuels. That's why fossil fuels is right option. Clear? So these are not the right options. I hope 14th question is also clear, dear children.
Yes.
Okay, okay, fine. So look at this, how the questions are roaming around. The questions are roaming around a renewable source of energy. They are roaming around non-renewable source of energy. Yes, then they are roaming about this different sources, hydroelectric power plant, then thermal power plant, okay, then ocean thermal energy, all different sources of energy are there, no? Ocean thermal energy and wind energy, okay, how they are converted, all these sources of energy, they are there in the book. Do you have the book, dear children? Do you guys have the book?
Yes, sir.
Yes or no? So that's why you read each and every part of the book so that you understand about this. Okay, whatever sources of energy chapter is there, no? I've downloaded and I have kept it. If you get any doubts anywhere, you can ask me all the time. You can just message me. Look at this. This is hydroelectric power plant. This is gobar gas, biogas plant. This is windmill. Okay, so like that, so many different sources of energies are there. So you can this solar cooker just now I have explained. Okay, so all these things are there, you can read them. Very simple, it is very simple chapter. You can read them, and whatever doubts you get, you can ask me, right, dear children?
Yes.
Yes.
See, look here, I told you, no, which is used majorly here. Majorly, look at this, coal is red color is more, no, in this pie chart. Look at this, I told you, right, coal is the most used, this red color. Look at this much part, a very big portion it is. Yes, no, dear children, this much coal usage is there in India. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, that's a different issue that you can study. Any doubts and all, always you can rely on us. Okay. All right. So let me go back to the MCQs. Next, I think 14th is or 15th. In hydropower plant means hydroelectric power plant only. So they are saying what they are saying. Option, read those options. First option is potential energy possessed by stored water is converted into electricity. Yes, of course, potential energy only becomes kinetic energy and afterwards electrical energy. Correct? Next, kinetic energy possessed by stored water is converted into potential energy. No, this is wrong. Okay, here ultimate, at the end product is electrical energy. They are saying potential energy becomes. Electricity is extracted from water. No, 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 not at all. Water is converted into steam to produce electricity. No. What is the correct option for this? A is the correct option. Because potential energy possessed by stored water is converted into kinetic energy, then to electric energy. Clear, right? First option is correct. Okay. Yes or no? Okay, fine. So let me move on to 16th question. Which is the ultimate source of energy? Again, sun, no? So we solved this. So sun is the ultimate source of energy. Now, 17th question, please read this. Which one of the given forms of energy leads to the least environmental pollution in the process of its harnessing and utilization? I mean, least pollution. Which energy? Nuclear energy means pollution, definitely it happened. That's why it do not come. Thermal energy means burning everything. Geothermal also, some of the things are like we have to get into the core of earth and dust particles will come and all. So geothermal means, let me explain you here only. Geo means earth, okay? Geo means earth and thermal means heat, okay? Whatever earth is there, if you are getting deep into earth, okay, earth from the surface, if you make a hole here, now here there is a lot of heat. If you get any boiling water or something like that, from this one they take out steam, and this steam is used to run turbines, and then again electricity is produced. So that is geothermal energy. Here also some pollution may happen, but in solar energy no pollution, no. So that's why solar energy is correct option. Clear? Clear? Yes, tell me.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
fine. Let me move to this question now. Ocean thermal energy is due to. Ocean thermal energy is due to. You only take this. Energy stored by waves in the ocean? No, not at all. Temperature difference at a different levels in the ocean? Yes. Ocean thermal, I told you. Temperature difference. Pressure difference? No. Tide arising in the ocean? No. So B is correct, no?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So that is also known to you. Next, the major problem in harnessing nuclear energy is how to split nuclei, sustain the reaction, disposal of spent fuel safely, convert nuclear energy into electrical energy. Tell me, what is a major problem? The major problem is disposal of spent fuel safely. I mean, disposal is very difficult thing because it is a cancer causing agent. Because of this, so many rays will be coming out, and because of that, cancer. People may get affected, and they may have cancer. So that's why disposal of spent fuel, whatever fuel is used, no, all this uranium, thorium, and all. So those will be, giving out all the, dangerous waves, all harmful waves will be coming out of that. That's why disposal, that means whatever waste material is there, that disposal is the major challenge here. Splitting the nucleus, we have technologies. Sustain the reaction, technology is there. Converting also technology is there, but disposal of the waste is the major challenge. Understood? So option C is the correct answer for this. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is regarding 19th question. Let me move to 20th question. Have a look at this, dear children. Which part of the solar cooker is responsible for greenhouse effect? Coating with black color inside the box, mirror, glass sheet, outer cover of the solar cooker. Tell me. Coating with the black color inside the box, no? Because it absorbs the heat, no? It is absorbing the heat means what happens? So it will get heated, and that is only responsible for greenhouse effect, no? Hmm? Yes or no? In that way, actually coating with black color, this also becomes correct. And glass sheet also I have explained, no, solar cooker means it will be having one glass sheet above this. This glass sheet, what it does, it allow the rays to go through this, and it won't allow the rays to come out, no. So that means glass sheet is also responsible, right? Actually this one holds the heat, and this one do not allow the heat to come out. Now tell me, what is the correct option for this most appropriate one? Hmm? Tell me. See, what is greenhouse effect? You need to have idea about what is greenhouse effect. Okay, Deepthi, can you comment on this? A or C? Which option is correct? A is correct or C is correct? Hmm? Nisarga, what may be the most appropriate answer for this? Srujan, Prajwal Melkeri, Deepthi, Nisarga, Pandapa Vasnad, Raghavendra Venkatesh. Which is the correct option? Can you comment on that? Anyone? Srujan, Prajwal Melkeri, what is the correct option for this? Who will comment? Tell me. Are you able to listen to me or not? At least tell me that.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So A and C. I mean, look at this glass sheet. If somebody is saying, you have to explain this. Now, what is greenhouse effect? For example, this is the Earth, right? We have Earth surface here. For example, Earth is there. Mother Earth, green colored Earth is there. Okay. On this, I mean, rays are coming from outside, no? Yes or no? I mean, all these rays are coming, sun rays are coming from outside. Now, why this Earth atmosphere get heated? Because we have carbon dioxide molecules, no? I mean, carbon dioxide molecules are there. These carbon dioxide molecules, what they do? They hold the heat, dear children. These will be holding the heat. Okay. Once they have hold the heat means they won't allow it to go back. Okay, so this black color sheet is there. No, what it will do, it will hold the heat because black color absorbs the heat. Now tell me, I mean, greenhouse effect is holding the heat. Carbon dioxide won't allow it to go back. Correct? No, it won't allow it to go back. So that means this is the appropriate option. No, coating with the black color inside the box. It is responsible for greenhouse effect or not? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, now you say yes for that also. And glass sheet means whatever heat wants to go out of this, no? Whatever heat wants to go out of this, glass sheet also won't allow it to go out, no? So if glass sheet is allowing to go out means there won't be any greenhouse effect. So that's why option A and option C both are correct answer for this. Now whichever answer you take, you'll get the marks. No need to worry about that. Actually, they should give both A and C. They should give that option, but that is not there. So that's why this A is also right, C is also right. All right, dear children?
Yes.
Tell me. Yeah, okay, fine. So I hope it is clear. Now let's move on to this, the main constituent of biogas. I told you already, methane is the main constituent of biogas. So that's why methane is the right option. The power generated in a windmill. The power generated in a windmill is more in rainy season since damp air would mean more air mass hitting the blade. No, not at all. Depend on the height of the tower, depends on wind velocity, can be increased by planting tall trees. No, this is also not correct. Depend on height of the tower, maybe not correct, but depends on wind velocity. If wind velocity is more means definitely the windmill will rotate with more energy and more electricity will be produced or not. Yes, dear children. So don't you think C is the right option for this? Hmm? Yes. Tell me.
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Okay. Next we have this 23rd question. Have a look at 23rd question. What is that? Choose the correct statement. They're asking you to choose the correct statement. Sun can be taken as an inexhaustible source of energy. There is infinite storage of fossil fuels inside the earth. No, not at all. Hydro and wind energy plants are non-pollution source of energy. Yes, I mean, yes, they do not produce any pollution. Waste from a nuclear power plant can be easily disposed of. No, not at all. It cannot be disposed of easily. Choose the correct statement. Sun can be taken as an inexhaustible source of energy. Hydro and wind energy plants are non-polluting sources of energy. Now, don't you think both options A and C are correct, dear children? Sun
Yes,
can
sir.
be taken as inexhaustible because no, renewable, no? Yes or no? Renewable means, inexhaustible. Yes, it won't get exhausted. So that's why, don't you think both are, this is also pollution free, no? Hydro power plant means no pollution. Wind plant means there is no pollution. So both are correct, no, dear children, A and C. Hmm?
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
they will give marks. No need to worry at all. Both are correct option. Okay, fine. So next one, 24th. Have a look at this question. In hydroelectric power plant, more electric power can be generated if water falls from a greater height because its temperature increases. No, not at all. Larger amount of potential energy is converted into kinetic energy. Yes. The electricity content of water increases, right? No. More water molecules dissociate into ions. No. So large amount of potential energy is converted into kinetic energy. So based upon hydroelectric plant, whatever comes, it has to come from potential energy to kinetic energy, then to electrical energy. So questions can be framed on this. Did you get this 24th question, all of you?
Yes.
Okay. Now look at the 25th question. Choose the incorrect statement. Incorrect one you have to choose. We are encouraged to plant more trees so as to ensure clean environment and also to provide biomass fuel. Yes, it is a correct statement, but we want to take the incorrect one. Second one, gobar gas is produced when crops, vegetables, waste, etc. decompose in the absence of oxygen. Yes, it is also correct statement. Yes or no? Biomass, gas means from the biological waste only. The main ingredient of biogas is ethane, and it gives a lot of smoke and also produces a lot of residual ash. No, no. Methane is the main fuel. I told you, the main ingredient of biogas. So that's why it is incorrect. That's why incorrect means you have to take this. Okay, look at the last statement also. Biomass is a renewable source of energy. Yes, biomass means all these plants, forest, all this forest. This is renewable because plants are going to reproduce. They are going to have their next generation also. So that's why it is renewable. So that's why option C is correct because it is incorrect. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. Now 26th question. The largest component of biogas is, what is the largest component of biogas? Methane, no? As I told.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So look at the questions, dear children. They are all roaming around this only, no? Biogas, hydropower plant, thermal power plant, nuclear power plant, wind plant, windmill, and we have this what is ocean thermal energy, geothermal energy. They are roaming around all these things only. Okay. So there are so many other questions also, answer also given. So you can have a look at these questions, and for any doubts you can consult me. Right, dear children? I will be sharing this file. Okay. Will you try other questions?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yeah, try them. Any doubts? I mean, immediately take a screenshot and send it to me. Okay. Any doubt? I mean, if you haven't got this file, no, immediately you can message me. You can message me and you can get it. Okay. So I'll be sharing it to SSLC group. I mean, that group is there. No, there I'll be sharing, and some of you are not there. If you are not there, means after the class you can message me so that you get that file, and I think you got that, and you can solve that. Okay. Shall we move to next one more chapter, dear children?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, on. So, today's date is what is today's date? Today's date is 14th. So, we have another how many days? We have 15, 16, 17. On 17th, what is there? Test is there. So, we are left with 15 and 16. I am also a little busy on those 2 days, but I will conduct a class because I am going to Mirrors on some medical emergency. But still, I will be connected with you for at least for 1 hour or half an hour or 45 minutes, whatever it is. Then I'll be teaching that. Okay. Now let us look at these questions also. So what is this? This is a magnetic effects of electric current. Now, dear children, look at this chapter. MEEC means what? Magnetic effects of electric current. No?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes or no? So let us see some of the questions from that. So once you get to know about that, we can move forward. Okay. Look at this question. Please do this question. First question. Everybody try this. The main power supply of a house is through a 2 ampere fuse. That means the maximum current that the house can hold is 2 ampere. How many 50-watt bulbs can be used in this house at the normal voltage? Normal voltage means, normal voltage means what? 220 volt, no? Normal voltage means 220 volt. Everybody knows about that. Okay. So now how many bulbs with 50 wattage they can be used? They are asking. Now this is a very simple, no, dear children. So how the bulbs will be connected in home? Tell me. The bulbs are connected in parallel, no? Yes or no? Tell me, bulbs are connected in parallel or not? Tell me, yaar. Okay. Now, how much maximum current can come here? The maximum current that can come is 2 ampere, no? Because the main power supply of a house is through a 2 ampere fuse. That means maximum current that can come is 2 ampere. More than that, if something comes, means fuse will be blown off. So that's why maximum current is 2 ampere. That 2 ampere has to go into this, into this, into this. How many bulbs are there? I don't know. This is one bulb. This is another bulb. This is another bulb. That's what we wanted to check. Now, what is the power rating of this? All the bulbs, the power rating is like 50 watt. So power of this bulb, power of this bulb, power of this bulb is 50 watt. Now what is the voltage of all these bulbs? The voltage is like 220 volt, no? Because in India the voltage is 220 volt or not?
Yes.
Tell me. So everybody knows about this 220 volt thing. Then afterwards 220 volt is there. Now current is P is equal to, we have formula, no, VI. Yes or no? Everybody must be aware of this formula. And afterwards we have I equal to P by V, right? I is equal to P by V is there. And power means what is given here? Power means 50 watt is given. And I means what is there? 220 it is there. So that is like how much is that? 5 divided by 22, right? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Correct, no? So that means for one bulb, how much current is allowed? For one bulb, 5 by 22 ampere is allowed. Okay, 5 by 22 ampere means how many bulbs will be blown? I mean, no, blown as in how many bulbs will be glowing? One bulb will be going. And maximum current, how much it is allowed? 2 ampere is allowed. And how many bulbs we have to use? This is how we are supposed to do it, no? For one bulb, current is like 50 divided by 220, that is 5 by 22, that is one bulb. 5 by 22 ampere means one bulb. Now maximum 2 ampere have this 2 ampere will get divided into so many places, no? So you can do crisscross method here. So how to do that? 2 ampere, or you can just write 2 there. Okay, 2 into 1 divided by 5 by 22 means 22 comes here and 5 comes here. So that is like 2 into 22 is 44. 44 divided by 5 means it becomes 5 ones are 5 eights are 5 eights are 40, then 4 is the carry, then again 8.8 it comes. 8.8 means 9 option is there. We can use 8 bulbs, no, dear children?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes or no? Look at this, how this problem is designed. Now this problem, it's not like very difficult, it's simple only. The logic what they want to understand is here from your side is 2 ampere means now these have to be connected, bulbs have to be in parallel. That means the current has to go here. Okay, different types of current has to go. Now one bulb needs this much current. That means 5 by 22 goes here, 5 by 22 goes here, 5 by 22 goes here. Up to how many levels it can go? It can go up to 2 ampere, no? So that's why for 5 by 22 ampere, one bulb means maximum allowed is 2 ampere. How many bulbs? So I calculated, I got it as 8.8. That's why I took 8. Clear, dear children? Is this clear?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So like this is one of the standard questions which you should be solving. It keeps on coming. In your city, electricity costs 40 paise per kilowatt hour. You pay for what? Electric current, electric energy, electric charge, and electric power. You pay for electrical energy, no? Yes or no? Because this kilowatt hour means what? Kilowatt hour is a commercial unit of electrical energy or not? Kilowatt hour is a commercial unit of electrical energy. So that's why you pay for electrical energy. Clear, dear children?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right. Now, next one. A magnetic field line is used to find the direction of. A magnetic field line used to find the direction of south, north, a compass needle, a bar magnet, magnetic field. Magnetic field is the right option, no? Because magnetic field line is like this means by drawing a tangent, we can know the direction of magnetic field, no? So always magnetic field line is going like this means, the magnetic field is along this direction, because here must be north pole and here must be south pole. So that's why it is used to find the direction of magnetic field. Clear, dear children?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So let's go to fourth question. Do this fourth question, all of you. The main power supply of a house is through a 20 ampere fuse. That means maximum current allowed is 20 ampere. When a 1500 watt heater is used in this house, how many 100 watt bulbs can be used simultaneously? The supply is 220 volt and the appliances are rated at 220 volt. Okay, please do this. Okay, this is also one of the interesting questions, just like first question. First question was a much more simple way, and this is a little bit complex. Now maximum current, how much is allowed? 20 ampere is allowed or not? Correct, no?
Yes, sir.
Now after this, there is a heater here. Okay, we have got one heater. Heater means resistor only. Instead of that, we can write the resistor also. No issue with that. Yes, this is like a resistor only. and afterwards we are going to have so many bulbs. We don't know how many bulbs. Okay, right now I have just drawn 2 there, but it can have more bulbs also. Now, what is the power rating of this heater? Power, they have given it as 1500 watt. No, they have mentioned 1500 watt is the, I mean, it is the power rating of this heater. This is when a 1500 watt heater, it is a heater, power is 1500 watt means what will be the voltage here? 220 volt only. No, this heater is having 220 volt only, right? Because it is parallel, everywhere 220 volt is there. Now you can find out current. Current is equal to, what is the formula? P by V, right? So P means how much it is there? 1500 divided by V means how much it is there? 220. So 0 0 get cancelled, and what is the answer here? You can just check it as 2 sevens are 2 sevens are and 2 fives are 75 divided by 11 ampere. 75 divided by 11 means how much it is? 17 11 ones are 11 6 are 11 6 66, and what remains here? 9 remains. No, 9 remain means it becomes 11 8 are. So 6.8 ampere it is using or not? How much current this heater is using? It is using 6.8 ampere or not, dear children? Tell me. Yes, everybody
Yes,
got
sir.
this? What I'm saying? 6.8 ampere it is using means, now how much current is remaining? Now total current what we have is like 20 ampere. In that, if it is using 6.8 ampere means how much current will be left? The current remaining is like 13.2 ampere. No, 13.2 ampere current remains. No, for the bulbs. Yes or no? Tell me. You have to be quick, dear children. Yes or no? 6.8. I mean, if you keep it as 7, it becomes 13. 13 ampere remains. 6.8 means another 0.2. That means 13.2 ampere remains. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So 13.2 ampere current is remaining for all the bulbs, and each bulb is rated at how much watt? 100 watt. Now you can find out that current also. That is like 100 divided by 220 means what it comes? It comes to be 2 5s are 2 11s are. That is like for 5 by 11 ampere, how many bulbs glow? One bulb will be glowing. But how much current we have? We have 13.2 ampere current. No, for that how many bulbs will be glowing? That's how you are supposed to do it, no, dear children?
Yes, sir.
So you do this calculation and you will get it. So how will you do this? 5 by 11, sorry, this 13.2 into 1 divided by 5 by 11 means it becomes 11 by 5. All divided by 5 by 11 means 5 by, here is 11, no, so that 11 goes above and it becomes into 11. So how to do this? Now easily you can do it. So 11 2s are 22. Okay, then 0.2 is the carry. 11 3s are 33. Then 35 3 is the carry. 11 1s are 11. 11 plus 3 is 14. Then divided by 5 is there. 145.2 divided by 5 is there. That means it becomes 5 1s are 5 1s are. Then 4 is the carry. Then 19s are. Then you can ignore this. 19 is a normal answer. We got 19 here, no? Look at this. 19 bulbs we can use. Yes, dear children? Now, do you want this type of question to come in your exam or not? Tell me. Do you want this kind of question to come in your exam or not? Tell me, dear children. This kind of question
Yes.
comes means there is more chance for you to score the rank. Yes or no? I mean, you will be the rank holder because as things become difficult and difficult, those who work very hard, they will become rankers. Okay, easy question means everybody will be a ranker. So that's what the motto is. Okay, fine. I hope everybody is getting this. This first question and fourth question, they are a little bit similar in nature. Okay, now you look into that. Now let's get into this fifth question. A magnetic field line is used to find the direction of, already we did magnetic field. Okay, we know this answer already. And let's move on to sixth question. The magnetic field lines inside a current carrying solenoid are. Everybody knows that. For example, this is a current carrying solenoid means how the magnetic field lines will be there inside. Inside the magnetic field lines, they are parallel to each other and they are along the axis. They don't intersect. Okay. they are parallel and they are inside the solenoid only. Outside, if you are coming, magnetic field is 0. So along the axis and parallel to each other, all right. Circular, but they do not intersect each other. No, inside they are not circular. Outside they become like this. Okay, they become circular like this, but inside they are not circular. Okay, this is wrong. Circular at the ends, inside the solenoid. Circular at the ends inside solenoid. This is not clear. All of this, no. I mean, yeah, along the axis, because they are asking inside a current carrying solenoid. No, inside they are asking, so that means they are along the axis and parallel to each other. Clear, dear children? Option A is correct for this. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now, to put it very clear, now how the magnetic field lines are there? Actually, one side of this solenoid acts like North Pole, another acts like South Pole. They go from this and they come inside like this. Okay, I must be thinking now. Actually, they may be coming in the reverse form also. That's a different issue. Okay, inside the solenoid, how they are? They are parallel to each other. Okay, but outside they are circular. That's a different issue. But inside they are parallel to each other. So that's what is very important. Okay, so let's go to next question. A strong bar magnet is placed vertically above a horizontal wooden board. The magnetic field lines of force will be, tell me, only in the horizontal plane around the magnet, only in vertical plane around the magnet, in horizontal as well as in vertical planes around the magnet, in planes around the magnet. Actually, this question is very peculiar. I mean, it won't be needed also, but let me explain you. A strong bar magnet is placed vertically above a horizontal wooden board. So there is a board, okay? There is a board like this. How to draw the board? Actually, the board is like this. Okay, on this board, horizontal board, what they have kept? They have kept one strong bar magnet placed vertically above. Vertically means the magnet is kept like this. Okay, now the magnet is kept like this vertically. Now let me take this as the North Pole. Here is the North Pole and here is the South Pole. Okay, how the magnetic field lines will be going? Will they be going like this, dear children? Tell me. They will be going like this, no? Yes or no? Correct, no, dear children? North Pole to South Pole, they are going like this. Now tell me how these magnetic field lines are. They are giving so many options. What are they? Only in horizontal plane around the magnet. I mean, around the magnet they are there, but are they in horizontal plane? No. This is horizontal plane. Are they in this horizontal plane? No. I mean, they are into this plane also. No, this left vertical plane. On the left wall also they are there. On the right wall also they are there. So that's why this option becomes wrong. Now, only in the vertical plane around the magnet. Yes, they are. I mean, in the vertical plane around the magnet they are there. In horizontal as well as in vertical plane around the magnet. In plane around the magnet. Okay, around the magnet, whatever plane is there, no, dear children, look at this, North Pole and South Pole. Around this magnet, there are how many walls are there? This is backside wall, this is front side. I mean, you are able to analyze this. Front wall, front of this magnet, there will be one wall. Behind this, one more wall will be there. And left also one more wall is there. Right also one more wall is there. So everywhere the magnetic field lines are there or not? Even on this whatever it is kept, no, this plane table, on this also magnetic field lines will be coming or not. So whatever magnet is there around all the planes around this magnetic field lines will be there or not? Yes or no? On left also it is there, on right also it is there, backside also it is there, front also it is there, above also there, bottom also there. In all the planes they are present, no? So that's why option D become correct, no? See, when you place one magnet, where the magnetic field lines will be? Magnetic field lines will be throughout the space, no? For example, if you place one magnet here, where these magnetic field lines? For example, North Pole and South Pole. Now, if you bring any one material here, 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 everywhere, from wherever you want to bring, will this magnet attract these materials or not? Iron fillings and iron, whatever small fillings are there. Will this magnet attract from everywhere or not? Tell me. Tell me, dear children. From everywhere, this magnet will attract the iron material. No, that means magnetic field lines are there in all the planes or not? Towards right, left, bottom, back side, front side, everywhere they are there. No.
Yes, sir.
Yes or no? So magnetic field lines are there in the space. So that's why what option becomes correct for this? In all planes around the magnet. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
However you want to place the magnet, like this or tilted, wherever you want to place it, everywhere magnetic field lines will be there. Left side, right side, top, bottom, front, back, everywhere magnetic field lines will be there. Any doubt to anyone in the seventh question? Please,
No, sir.
please let me know. Okay. So let me go to eighth question. Dash are generally made up of pure tin or an alloy of tin with other metals like copper. Metal wires, fuse wires, circuit, electric iron. See, look at this. Metal wires are made up of copper. That is for sure. Generally made up of pure tin or an alloy of tin with other metals like copper. Fuse wire, it is made up of constant in. Okay, there is a material called constant in. So circuit, we're not sure. Electric iron, maybe. I mean, in electric iron, we are using this tin and other metals like copper and all. So electric iron is the right option for this. Clear, dear children?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, fine. So then afterwards, let's go to ninth question. The most suitable material for making the core of electromagnet is soft iron. Electromagnet means actually this topic is removed from this. No, not removed, it is there. I mean, whatever this material is there, no, soft iron we use, no. So even in the generator and all, we have studied in motor also we have studied. So we are using soft iron inside this, and after this we are using all this copper ton. So that's why soft iron is the right option. Clear?
Yes.
Okay. The north pole of earth magnet is in. Now this is not required for you because this is a 12th class question. This is not there in your syllabus. 10th standard syllabus, it is not there. Okay. And if you want to understand, I will tell you. The north pole of earth magnet is in the. Now tell me. Now whenever you place a magnet, how it places itself? It places north and south, no? Like this it places itself, no. That means inside earth there must be a magnet, which is like here south pole must be there and here north pole must be there. Now this south pole will be attracting north pole, that's why this is called as Nm, and this north pole is attracting south pole, that's why it is called as magnetic south, and this is known as magnetic north. This is a south pole of earth's magnet and this is north pole of earth's magnet, but this south pole will be attracting north pole, no, that's why we called it as Nm means magnetic north, and this north pole will be attracting south pole, no, that's why you called it as Sm. What they're asking, the north pole of earth magnet is in the north pole, where it is near the geographical south, no, here south will be there. Geographical south is the right option for this, but it is not needed, you can ignore this. Okay, this is there in 12th class. All right, dear children. All right. Okay. So let me move to 11th question. An electric fuse is used to prevent a short circuit and overload. Both, actually both A and B, both overload and short circuit is avoided by this fuse. Okay, because fuse is a safety device. Both short circuit and overload, both are the safety threats to us. So that's why fuse will be handling both A and B. Okay.
Yes,
Tell
sir.
me. Yeah. Now, which one is not attracted by a magnet? Steel, cobalt, brass, nickel. Tell me. Anybody knows the answer for this? You can look into this. Which one is a diamagnetic? Again, diamagnetic material, paramagnetic material, ferromagnetic material. Again, this is related to 12th class topic. So you can ignore this also. But do you know what is the answer for this?
Brass, sir.
Yes, brass, right. Brass, I mean, it won't be attracted because it is diamagnetic in nature, not attracted. But you can just confirm. You can confirm from the internet this 12th question. I'll be sending this copy also. Okay, brass is the right option for this. Not cobalt, brass is the right option. Okay, so you can ignore this question if you don't want to stress yourself. Overloading happens because of connecting of many appliances to a single socket, short circuit, of hike in the supply voltage, any of this. Yes, the option for this is any of this, because if you connect more devices, of course overload. Short circuit means that is also more current will flow in the circuit, that is also overload. And actually of hike in the supply voltage, if a supply voltage is also more, then also current will reduce. I mean, there will be a relation between this voltage and current. So that's why any of this is the right option for this. Clear, dear children?
Yes,
But
sir.
overloading concept is up to only this level in 10th standard, that is connecting of many appliances to a single socket. So that's why you can take this option. But again, this is a overloading concept is not there much in the 10th standard syllabus. So that's why even this can be ignored. Okay, so no need to worry about this. Okay, next question, 14. Which of the given correctly describes a magnetic field near a long straight wire? There is a long straight wire, okay, current carrying conductor like this. So which one will which statement correctly describes the magnetic field near this long straight wire? Now tell me. The field consists of straight lines perpendicular to the wire. No, wrong. Right hand thumb rule, you know, right? Right hand thumb rule. So how the magnetic field lines, they will be round, no, around this. I told you, no, Oersted experiment. Do you remember how the magnetic field lines will be? They will be round, no? Yes or no? Yeah. So this is wrong. Next, the field consists of straight lines parallel to the wire. No. The field consists of radial lines originating from the wire. The field consists of concentric circles centered at the wire. Yes, this is the correct option. Correct, no? Now the magnetic field lines radial means they are like this. Okay, this is wrong. Radial means they will be going throughout the radius like this. No. How they are? They are concentric circles, one after the other. Okay, they are the concentric circle. That's why you are supposed to write like this. Understood, dear children?
Yes, sir.
So this is a D is the correct option. Okay. So let me move to next question. The shape of Earth's magnetic field resembles that of an imaginary U-shaped magnet, straight conductor carrying conductor, current carrying circular coil, bar magnet. Actually, it is like a bar magnet. I told you. Inside the Earth, what is there? South pole is there, North pole is there. So how they go? Magnetic field lines go like this, no? North pole to South pole. Look at this. So these are the magnetic field lines of Earth. So these are the magnetic field lines of what? Bar magnet, no? So that's why bar magnet is the right option. Clear, dear children?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yes, fine. So let me move on to next question. Which one of the given has its working based on electromagnetic induction? On electromagnetic induction, what works? Tell me. Galvanometer, no. Ammeter, no. Voltmeter, no. Transformer is the right option, but it is not there in your syllabus. It is out of syllabus. So electromagnetic induction, what works? A transformer works, and there is one more device. No, what is that? Generator. Do you know about generator? Generator works on what principle? Electromagnetic induction only, no?
Yes, sir.
Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So instead of transformer, they must give generator here, but transformer is not there. But still, transformer is also correct answer for that. Transformer is not there in your syllabus. Already I told you. But if they have given generator means, you should be able to take this generator. Clear, dear children?
Yes, sir.
Now, can you tell me what is the principle of motor? Motor works on which principle?
Fleming's left-hand rule.
Fleming's left-hand rule is there. But force on current carrying conductor in magnetic field, no? Yes,
sir.
Force on current carrying conductor in magnetic field, and direction of force in motor is given by which rule? Direction of force is given by Fleming's left-hand rule, no? Yeah?
Yes.
Okay, fine. So please remember that those questions may also come. Okay, now look at this question, 17th question. Which of the given statement is incorrect? Incorrect one you have to take. Which one is incorrect you have to say? Regarding magnetic field lines. The direction of the magnetic field at a point is taken to be the direction in which the north pole of the magnetic compass needle points. Yes, it is correct statement. Why correct statement? Because look at this, a north pole to south pole only magnetic field lines, they will be going like this, no? Now if I place a compass here, how it will move? It will move in the direction of like this, no? So here north pole, because this north pole will repel north pole, that's why north pole will point like this. So wherever compass needle is showing, no, so that is the direction of magnetic field. Clear? So that's why it is correct statement. Magnetic field lines are closed curves. Yes, it is also correct. If magnetic field lines are parallel and equidistant, they represent zero field strength. No, it is not correct. It is incorrect. Okay. If they are parallel and equispaced means they represent uniform electric field. Sorry, uniform magnetic field. Everywhere magnetic field is same. Relative strength of magnetic field lines is shown by the degree of closeness of the field lines. Yes, they are close together means magnetic field is more. If they are far away means magnetic field is less. So that's why this becomes incorrect. That's why option C is correct one. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes or no? So magnetic field is not zero if they're equidistant. It is called as uniform magnetic field. Okay, I hope it is clear. Option C is incorrect. That's why it becomes correct. Okay. Look at this question, 18th question. The direction of current in the coil at one end of the electromagnetic is clockwise. This end of the electromagnetic will be, look at this. This is electromagnetic one end. Now direction of the current in the coil at one end of the electromagnetic is clockwise. Clockwise means you understand, no? Like this, no? Yes, do you remember this diagram? Clockwise means current will be like this or not? Look at this. This is how the current will be there now. Yes or no? This end of the electromagnetic will be not this is acting like which pole? South pole only, east pole, west pole, any of it is not there. Clockwise. Do you remember this is north? I mean, it is like anti-clockwise. No, anti-clockwise means north pole, clockwise means south pole. No.
Yes, sir.
Yes or no? I mean, I told you this. This diagram is very, very important. According to this, you should be able to say this. Clear, dear children?
Yes, sir.
See, this is anti-clockwise, no? Anti-clockwise means north pole. And clockwise means what? South pole, no? Tell me.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So, south pole is the right option. Okay, please look into the question and watch the video one more time so that you understand it. The front face of a circular wire carrying a current behaves like a north pole. Okay, front face, it is behaving like a north pole. Okay. The direction of the current in the face of the circular wire is. Now tell me. Now it is acting like a north pole. Front face is acting like a north pole. Now what should be the direction of the current? Tell me. You only tell me.
Anti.
Yes, the front face of the circular wire. Now this is acting like a north pole means, I mean, the current should be anti-clockwise or not? Look at this. It should be roaming like this. So that's why anti-clockwise. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, fine. Trojan, did you get that?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, fine. How many are there? I think 8 are still everybody is with us and learning. I'm happy that you guys are with us. Okay, all right. So fine. So let me move on to next question. Now in an electric motor, the direction of the current in the coil changes once in each half rotation, no?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay. How everybody knows this working of motor and all. Okay. A magnetic field exerts no force on an electric charge moving perpendicular to its direction, an unmagnetized iron bar, a stationary electric charge, a magnet. Okay, magnetic field definitely it will put a force on magnet. Okay, they are asking no force. I mean, force will be there on magnet. That's why it do not become a stationary electric charge. Yes, I mean stationary electric charge means no current, no? Yes or no? Charge is not moving means no current. No current means no magnetic field. No magnetic field means no force. Correct, no, dear children? Try to understand this. Please try to understand this. A magnetic field exerts no force. I mean, on a magnet it experience force. I mean, it will be putting some force, no? So that's why no force is not there here. Unmagnetized iron bar. Iron bar means it will be attracted, no? I mean, whether it is magnetized or unmagnetized, iron means it will be attracted by magnetic field. So therefore, force is there. An electric charge moving perpendicular to its direction means electric charge is moving. Electric charge is moving means current is there. Current is there means magnetic field is there. Magnetic field is there means another magnetic field apply force. But stationary electric charge means charge is at rest, no current, no magnetic field, and no force. That's why option C is correct. Did you understand this?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yeah. Please try to get it right. Okay. Dear children, already the time is 1 o'clock. I have one more class lined up. I will share this document also. Yes, personally also I'll be sharing this. Anyhow, in the SSLC group, I will be sharing this. And those who are not there in the SSLC group, they can message me to send it personally. I will be sending it quickly to them so that you can try them. And whichever doubts you have, immediately you take a screenshot and send me so that I can give you hints and you yourself try and yourself
Yes,
get
sir.
the answer so that you feel confident. Okay, dear children?
Yes, sir.
Yes, I hope things are clear. So I hope you enjoyed the class, dear children. Did you enjoy this class, sources of energy and
Yes, sir.
magnetic effects of electric current? I hope I have solved many more things for you guys. So you keep on attending these sessions and watch the videos also. And if possible, in the evening or tomorrow also, I'll be doing one more session on this to solve all your doubts. No need to worry at all. So all the things will be cleared in that. So don't worry at all. So it is my responsibility to complete all of them. Yes or no? So that's why you see that document. Okay, your responsibility right now is to see the document, whatever document I have sent, see the document. And those who did not get that, message me so that I can forward you. And you have to solve them. And whatever doubts are there, you have to ask me. Clear, dear children?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay then. So thank you very much for joining the class. Have a good day. Bye.
Bye, sir.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye.